Introducing first from the unforgiving Australian outback, Genesis!
Genesis, who last we saw exiled both Exodus and Ice Cold. Genesis made it known that she's on her own, David.
Genesis coming in here for singles competition tonight.
Now Genesis, as you said, David, focused on singles competition, probably wants to throw her name in the title contention. And she's certainly been building an argument with the several victories she's picked up.
And her opponent, from Salem, Massachusetts, she is one half of Animal Instinct, Katarina Jinx!
And David, one of the most unique WoW superheroes we've seen in quite some time. It's Katarina Jinx, set for singles competition against Genesis.
Well, last time we saw Katarina Jinx, I slinked down to the locker room and I said, can you show me how to use that whip? And she said, you want to get whipped? I said, no, I don't want to get whipped. I want to learn how to crack the whip. And she said, no way. She wasn't going to let me handle her whip. And there it is, Nigel, and that is a skill set to do that, because I can assure you it's not easy, but she makes it look easy.
Well, I'm sure Genesis is glad this isn't a no disqualification match, because Katarina Jinx certainly could do some damage with that whip, David.
That's right, Nigel, as we're underway here with Genesis versus Katarina Jinx. We've got to remind all you fans that our next episode of WoW Fan Appreciation Showcase video will be the main event. And we've got to thank once again from the Miami Herald, Jim Barceloni, Tony Maglio from IndieWire, and of course our own Jeannie Buss. They've all selected the main event showcase match for our next episode of WoW. Right now the competitors are in the ring battling. Genesis trying to get out now from the grip of Katarina Jinx. Nice hip toss, taking Katarina Jinx over. Our referee on top of the action. Paige is right there in the center of all the action for tonight. Genesis twisting away on Katarina Jinx. Katarina's got to get up to her feet. She's trying to break loose right now. Oh, takes over Genesis, Nigel. Very nicely done. Katarina coming in with that right elbow into the corner against Genesis. Many experts believe Genesis has what it takes to become a WoW champion.
Both of these superheroes definitely want to be in the spot that the Beast is in, and that's why they're working their hardest for their victory here tonight. You can see Katarina Jinx. She's got that anchor submission that she likes to apply. And you can take a look at the face of Genesis. You can tell how much pain that causes her as she tries to maneuver her way to that bottom rope.
I saw some of those social media shots of Katarina Jinx that Mela Haino did, and Mela just did a terrific job with social media. Of course, she's also been in the past our Spanish correspondent for WoW. Mela's done a great job, and boy, what photographs of Katarina Jinx were taken. Right now, she's not in the mood for photographs as Genesis takes away all of her cat lives, if you will, jamming away on the knee, taking that out. And I don't think there are 9 lives if you take someone's knee out.
It's going to be a tough battle for Katarina Jinx as Genesis works on that leg of Katarina Jinx. The hunter now has become the prey, so to speak, David, in this matchup. And you know, Genesis has that submission move that she likes to use, the leg banisher. Looks to me like she's trying to soften Katarina Jinx up.
Well, you know, I'm so familiar with seeing Genesis in tag team action, I really haven't remembered seeing her in singles action. But she is really skilled in the fact that she goes after a certain body part and works on it to get that submission and/or victory. And she's showing that right now, that discipline, if you will. Katarina Jinx takes Genesis over.
Katarina Jinx, a submission-based style wrestler, David. This has certainly been a battle for Katarina Jinx because Genesis is out here to prove a point. And she's developed quite the winning streak. Quite the winning streak. There she drops the leg. right across the knee of Katarina Jinx and just bending it like a pretzel, David.
Ooh. She is gonna need some of that Advil, Tylenol, or whatever takes away that pain and that swelling tomorrow. That knee is gonna be swollen. She's gonna be like one of the basketball players that ices it like a knee pad.
Definitely take care of it, that's for sure. But she's able to escape, buy herself a little time, but you can still see that she's favoring that left leg heavily, David. It's not a good spot to be in with a dangerous competitor, with a focused and confident competitor like Genesis. Katarina Jinx back up to a vertical base. Both women now, back up. Katarina Jinx.
Ooh, taking her down.
The execution from Katarina Jinx. Genesis misses wildly with a kick. Katarina Jinx follows up with a clothesline. And Katarina Jinx able to nail the code breaker on Genesis. She rolls Genesis over. This could be her one chance to walk away with the victory in this matchup, David, and she was rather close.
Katarina Jinx has to be praised for her intentional fortitude.
There's no doubt about it. She's such an intense competitor. She has the arm now, the right arm of Genesis, and twisting it. I've not seen this kind of offensive maneuver from Kat. You know, she's tried to walk the ropes before, David, and been shut down. Maybe that's what she was going for. She's got her in the full Nelson. She calls that the full Nelson Buster, and we'll call this the way you win the match.
Genesis scoring a victory.
Your winner, Genesis!
Genesis methodically and slowly working on Katarina Jinx throughout that battle.